Hello, hello, crafty friends. Hi, Annette and Mary T. Irene, Mary R. I think I said Irene. Brenda. Hi, Brenda. And did I say Annette? I said Annette. Okay, good to see you guys. Hey, we're going to do something fun today. I wasn't sure what I was going to work on today, but we're going to work on a collection from, hi, Glenn. We're going to work on a collection from Find It Trading called Whispers of Winter. I like this one because these cards can absolutely be wintry instead of Christmas. So good ones to use into January. And let's go ahead and get started, honey. Go ahead and move the camera down. Oops. Losing things here. All right. I'm going to start by showing you the punch-out pieces. I came out a little early and put these together in the interest of time. So I'll show you what the punch-out 3D push-outs look like. Come in closer, please, honey. Okay, this set here, we've got mittens, a sled, and ice skates. This set is SB 10695. SB 105 or 10695. So I'm going to move those. Just keep them here on my table. I separated them just so you could see what the punch-out sheets look like, in case you didn't want to get 4 of them and you just wanted to get a couple. This one is got the fox, we got the elk, and we've got a squirrel. And this set is SB 10694. Once again, these are Whispers of Winter. So cute. And I was only going to do a couple of the sets, and then I got busy putting the toppers together, and I couldn't help myself, because you know how I am. So I have all 12 toppers done. We'll see how many we actually get to using on this Thursday night. This one has an owl. It has a robin, and it has another robin. Beautiful winter birds all. This last set has all kinds of good things too. It runs a little bit more floral. This one has a bouquet, a wreath with an owl in it, and an oval floral. Very pretty ones. Very, very pretty. And this one, let's see, is SB 10693. So we had SPSB Samboy 10693, 4, 5, and 6 are the 4 punch-out sheets. Excuse me. Goodness sakes. Here's our paper pad. It's beautiful. A little unusual, though. Different patterns in this one than we usually see in these. So it's interesting. It'll be interesting to figure out how we're going to use these. It'll be fun, but interesting. Here we have birds on a line. And then we have this. Can you back up a little bit? Thank you, Brenda. Okay. More birds on a line. We have kind of a cross point snowflake, and we have blue, tan, and white stripes. We have kind of a snowy background. We have ice skates on the back of that. And then we have those white roses, which are beautiful. I have kind of a broken blue and white line. course, we get two of, or three, I guess three of everything. We have those beautiful blue roses. And kind of a checkered pattern on the back of that one. We have this kind of star pattern. And the star pattern was used on the ice skates. Then we've got wood grain. And we've got mixed flowers. And kind of, this almost looks like icy crystals or lace. Very pretty. And one more, we have kind of this, it almost reminds me of kind of an Indian print. It's pretty with the lines moving. See what I mean about these being very different papers, though? So we have those papers, and then we have a cutting die that goes with this. And I've already broken up my die package, so I can't show it to you pretty in the package. Let me show it to you. Let me show you the layers on my desk. Let's see. You get lots of dies in this set. I'll show these to you individually too. These are the actual dies. Oops. The die cuts. It's a big, beautiful set, but it's from Fided Trading, so it's not expensive. And let me show you the actual die cuts. So this one I've done in Mary. It actually has really fun snowflakes in the corners of these dies. As you're weeding the die out, save these little snowflakes because they're adorable. Whoops. Oh, I just stuck my hand in my arm in my work. Oh, that's an extra. Okay, here's the outer die. Pretty, pretty frame. And it has snowflakes in the four corners of it, and then just some pretty filigree work. You get this one, which I think is fun and interesting, with just little holes poked in it, a different frame. This one's not 100% even, so I might not use this, but this is just one of the things that comes off your sheet when you make these dies all at once. Here is a pretty little wreath sort of thing. I think this would also make great corners, so we might have to try that. And then we have this one little snowflake right from the middle of the die. So we get lots of pieces, and I've gone ahead and cut up a couple of sheets of mirror board. And then I did some in blue too, just to see what they'd look like. Here's the blue. Here's the bigger blue. Here's that dotted blue. So we probably will have to make a few more die cuts, but this is what I had time to do before we started. We have this pretty filigree piece again. And we have a blue piece that comes out of the middle. So fun. That's what we're starting with. So let's get ourselves some cards out here. I figured we were probably going to end up with mostly 6x6 or 5x5 cards. I must work 18 hours a day. Sometimes it feels like it, Mary, but I don't. Okay, our book is 6x6, so cards larger than 6x6 would be a bit of a challenge. I'm going to get out some 5x5 cards. Oops. Well, some 5x5 and some 6x6. And we'll start putting some of these together. Alrighty. So let's see, what do we want to do here? Oh, it's going to be pretty. Which one do I want to do? Which one? Well, let's do one of these florals to start with, just for fun and interest. Do one of these florals. So just want to see how things look with the different frames for the set. That looks pretty. I could go on a smaller card, actually. I do like that. I think that's pretty. Let's see what we have for a background. Those florals. Kind of this mixed floral sheet, which is quite pretty. It does have a lot of floral in it already. I wonder what it would look like if we put it with this icy bit. That would be pretty, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think we'll try that. I do like that. Isn't it beautiful? And let's see. I also have here a couple of spare pieces of paper I kept out, just in case I decided I wanted to layer. That's not a great match for layering there. I think I'll go with the silver. Go with the silver. So let's get our card. I think I'll use a 5x5 on this one. Let's cover our card with Mary. This is not the right tape. That's my die cutting tape. I just put down about 3 rows of tape here. Peel up the backing. Let's put some silver mirror board on here. And we'll go ahead and cut around here. Just to get a nice face on our card. There we go. Now I'm going to use my trimmer. And I'm going to measure this card to be sure it's 5x5. I believe it is, but I never really know for sure till you check it. It's 5 1/4. So see, I'm glad I checked. Yeah. It's almost 5 1/2 that way. Okay, so it's 5 3/8. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece of paper here to be 5x5. That'll give me a little more than 1/4 of an inch to my outer edge and let that silver show. That's going to be pretty. Now this pattern actually has these snowflake diamonds on it. So I think what I'd like to do is turn the snowflake on edge and make a diamond out of it. And then we'll put our flower in the center. Whew. Okay, let's see. I do need some sticky specs. See what I have here. With all kinds of handmade flowers that just jumped out of my shelf at me. Okay, hopefully I have some regular sticky specs in here. I do. Good. I was pretty disappointed in these sticky sticks from We Are Memory Keepers. They were not living up to the quality of We Are Memory Keepers products. I'm going to put on 2 pieces of tape. We're going to make some tape flags so we can get this paper down and centered right. I'll expose just a little tape on the end and fold a flag out to the side. Same on the other side. Find out where my fold is. And got a little bit of tape hanging over the end. I don't want to have a sticky spot there. I'm going to the beauty of tape flags is that you can move them without destroying your card. When I have it where I want it, I'll pull the tapes out, and I have my pretty paper cover. This is regular sticky specs I have on here, guys. Which of course means I can't tell where I haven't used them. I'm still going to use my tweezers and tool to push that down in there. And I can use my tweezers to pick it back up. Obviously got a nice sticky spot. Okay. I'm going to put this one on an angle so it kind of matched that pattern in the background paper. I'll show you what I'm talking about. See how that kind of has a diamond to it? I like that. And let's put these roses right here in the middle. I think we use some foam squares and give that just a little more dimension while we're at it. Just deciding how I want to put these flowers on here. I think I'd like the sticks to go down in both directions, so put it here in the middle. Let me see if there's anything in my little words or corners, if I have anything fun here to use. There's some little silver corners. Oh, my borders and corners seem to be in gold. Somehow blues just really want to be with silver, I think. Well, let's see what we can find. If I wanted to make this Christmassy, this Merry Christmas with the iridescence would be pretty. guess I don't have any silver there. Have you already looked to see if there were silver corners in our thing?
I don't recall that.
Would you look and see if we have any silver borders and corners? Lots of good things here. They're just, you know what I could do is use, I told you I thought I'd try using some of these to see if I like it. Let's see.
This one, that's got silver corners.
Oh, that's a nice one. You just found this in that stack?
Yeah.
Did I just look through that stack and miss it?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. These are going to be pretty, guys. I don't think I'll draw the lines. I'm just going to use the corners. Setting them back away from the edge of the paper just a little. Okay, first card's done. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that beautiful? I wonder if there's any little words here that would be good. These are pretty picked over. I could use thank you or happy wishes. A little trouble getting that straight. Just a little happy wishes on there for a birthday card. One done. Okay, let's look and see what else we have here we want to do. Let's see. Oh, we had that pretty one with the ice skates. I like this one. Let's look and see what that ice skate paper looked like. That's the birds. There's ice skates on that page. And we also have these stars, which are used in this pattern. And I think I want those. Let's try the little stars. Be pretty together. That's pretty. We could do just for fun is back this with some glue. And see what you think. Oh, I like that. I think that'll be fun. Let's do that one. Okay. So I think we will go ahead, just cover this card. Is this a 5x5? Make sure I'm using the smaller of the two cards. No, it's not. Let's use the smaller of the two cards for this one. All right. Some tape. There we go. We'll put this down. How would that one look on the diagonal also, Debbie? I don't know, but let's try it, shall we? That might be fun. I'm going to glue this down to my blue cardstock. I just love the frames that they do at Find It Trading. Often I use a different collection than they did, but I really liked the squares they had in this collection. So we're using their actual recommendation at this time. And sometimes I just mix and match and put in my own. It's almost too big for this little 5-inch card, but I think it'll be okay. It's close. I like it though. I was just thinking would be nice on here is some of these little tiny snowflakes that I punched out of the frames. Just to add a little extra something. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. I'll go ahead and put this down. What do I do with my bigger? Lost my squares on my desk again. Just get another sheet out. They'll show up when I'm done. Or before. And now we're going to put some of these little tiny snowflakes on here. Whoops. And stab myself with my scissors first. And I'm just going to stagger these little snowflakes. There's a real temptation to make them all nice and even. That's not really what we want, though. We want them to be a little scattered. I could even put a couple more on if I wanted to. This one didn't. The backing paper didn't tear out completely. So I have to perform minor surgery on that little snowflake. We never want to have an even number. It tends to be better to have an odd number. So we'll put our odd number there. Now let's go ahead and put this down to our card. Come on. Come on. My dentist wouldn't approve of that little maneuver I just did, pulling that cap off of my teeth. But I might like some more corners on this one. Would you get the, I think the Christmas ornament that I made, the wooden one, is in my quilling box. Actually, I'm not sure it is. It should be over there on the table somewhere, though.
One with the poinsettia?
Yeah. And show you a little project we just finished in quilling class. Made these little ornaments. I actually put one on both sides of mine because I thought if it turns on the tree, I want it to always show the poinsettia. Made out of quilling. And now I'm making an 8-inch 3D Christmas tree out of quilling. There we go. I think we're going to call that one good. All right, let's see. All right, what do I want to do next? Let's get our papers out. Me too, I love poinsettias. Really, really do. Okay, let's see what we want to do here. This is kind of an interesting sheet here with the little splotches on it. Kind of neat and natural looking. One of my owls. My bird. I have that bird in the wire. And that would look good on that. With that sled looks kind of nice on there. Let's look and see what else we have. I'm curious how some of these will go. Colors all match. It just a very different combination than we're used to seeing. These ones with the heavier pattern of flowers might be nice with, well, that's too dark. Oh, that's pretty dark too. It'd be kind of fun to combine some of these papers. That stands out nicely. Ooh, I like that together. Those white roses. That's pretty. That's very pretty. I think I want that one. I'm curious what some of the blue might look like if we did it. I don't know. I think I like the silver better. I haven't done the big frame yet for anything. That's pretty. Oh. Okay. Let's get our larger cards out here. I believe this is a 6x6. Oh, I tore 2 sheets out. Oops. Yep, that'll fit just right. Okay. I'm glad you're getting to go on vacation, Mary. That sounds like a lot of fun. It is a busy paper pack, Brenda. And we may decide we want to cut some squares and things of solid colors to tone down the really busy papers. I've been thinking about it. It's 6x6 going onto a 6x6. So I got it off just a tad. Actually, it doesn't look bad at all, but I still think I'll trim it because I know it's off. Trimmed it down just a little, 2 directions, so I could make my white edge go away there. I'm liking that. I'm wondering what would happen If we back to that, that could look pretty. Or go ahead and leave that there. And then corners aren't going to last long at my current pace. If I brought some corners in from the inside, that could look pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and glue this down. Better use my little glue. I was watching something on the news the other night that said that the Pacific Northwest is getting some of the snow that's normally slated for the East Coast. That you guys were in a little bit of a snow drought. And then here in the Northwest where it's not supposed to snow, we haven't had any yet, but in higher elevations and the mountain regions, they'll get some. And 4 little corners inside my frame on this one. Okay, now that's beautiful. It's actually quite pretty. Angles seem to be the order of the day, guys. It's pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. What do you think, guys? What do?
Very pretty.
Yeah, my mom would have liked this one. Very elegant. Okay, let's see. I gotta try some of these blue frames I've made here and see what we can do out of those. Which means I need paper. What did I do? Oh, paper's buried. Let's see. I have these. The squirrel is nice. Oh, I like that. Let's see if he needs a frame around him. That actually looks really good too. If a theme works, just go for it. Decide what paper to put it on here. I do not know if this is going to go at all. It's a very unusual print. I don't care for that at all. And I don't care for that at all. Let's see. Birds. Oh, I think that's okay. I think we'll go with it. I think we'll use this. I could do put a little blue frame on my paper too, on my card. Let's get a 6x6. These are fun winter cards, I think. Okay, let's trim this paper down a little. Let me go to 5 and yeah, let's go to 5 and an 8. An 8th. I think I just measured that wrong. I do believe I did. I'll have to do something else with that one and recut one. I measured it wrong. but I think I can still fix it. Let's see what happens if I do this. The biggest frame here is clearly just under 5 inches. I don't know, that actually ends up being a little lighter pattern that I kind of like, even if it was a mistake. Let's see what I could do. Let's cut a 5 3/8. Mary. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. Let's go with that. How are you guys doing with your Christmas plans? We have most of our shopping done. Not all. None of it wrapped. None of it wrapped. It's all in bags. Good night, Mary. Enjoy the rest of the show. We won't have an awful lot left. I'd like to get, I don't know, I think that's going to be 4. And we're not even an hour in, so we'll probably have about 6 cards. Whoops. Got a little glue happy. Baby wipes for Crafter's best friend. To be careful when I'm using baby wipe on cardstock because I don't want it to pick up my color off my cardstock. But remember, if your family is asking about gifts for you, you can start a gift list in Simply Special if you're interested in doing that, and refer your family to that. We also have gift cards, as you well know. That's actually even interesting. I think I like that. Okay, this is actually a throwaway piece. It just came from between 2 frames, and my lining up wasn't exact. So if I can trim this to make this look a little bit more even, I will use this throwaway piece in my design. Just because it's interesting. Just see if I can cut it evenly. So far, so good. Okay. That's all down. Let's move him out of the way. Let's put this frame on. Even though this is a very frilly frame, I'm actually not finding it too difficult to glue down because on the inside, there's one little solid line there, and go right around that, and then just kind of very quickly hit the top of it and not get too much glue through it. Just kind of a little stripe across the top. Oops. That's looking pretty good. Yeah. Like I said, diagonals really seem to be the order of the day today. I'm going to put this diagonal, I think, right in here. And I got curious again. What would happen if the silver were on the outside of the blue? And it's gorgeous. Okay, now it has to be both because I looked. And you see that? That's so beautiful. This is the where it punched out. That's so pretty. I think we really must do it. Sometimes curiosity causes the most interesting creations. It's just that little throwaway piece, but it's going to be pretty on here. Bringing that silver of the Mary board back in. I'm just putting a little tiny line of silver around there. And I'm going to put that frame, which was actually in the die cutting process, the next piece in. I'm going to put that frame inside there. Get just a little around the outside. Just a quick dab over the top. Like that. And we're going to fit this right into the center of that frame. Wowzer. Look how pretty that looks. You could kind of say, put any topper here. It doesn't matter which one we do, it's all going to be beautiful. There's the squirrel. Here's the sled. Here's the fox. Any one of the frames we put here is going to be beautiful. I think I like the fox even better than the squirrel, though, because he's got those flowers on him and it just looks neat. So we're going to change. Nothing unusual about me changing midstream. I'll prop this up just a little bit more. The darndest things happen when you make mistakes sometimes. I meant to cut that paper to be 5 3/8, and I cut it to 5 1/8. So we had to start doing different stuff, and boy, I like it. I really like it. Isn't that fun? Beautiful. Let's see what we got left. Okay, here's this dark thing. It's got the white roses on the back. The white roses on the back would be pretty with this blue. That could be really pretty. We also have this dark one. I'm just curious if anything's going to look right with that. Actually, this is kind of interesting. This almost looks, when you put this blue with the dots in it, it almost looks a little bit light industrial. And then these lines are almost a little bit, a little bit light industrial. I like the wider border with what, Brenda? Which one? Oh, you like the wider border? The way it worked out on the last one, this one? Yeah. It wasn't my intent, but it turned out pretty, didn't it? We're getting some really pretty cards here. Yeah. Let's see what we can do with this. I do have the silver. Boy, that really goes steampunky on us there when you do that. What happens if we put one of the gold, one of the blue, and one of the silver together? Maybe the silver on top of the blue. And almost a little Star of David there. That's pretty. I think I like that. It's a very different card, but I do like it. So let's just do it. Now, I do have to go with the larger card in order to get those on there diagonal. So let's move those out. It's really kind of fun when you get these Find It trading cards, card kits, and you have the paper, and then you make the 3Ds, and then you decide what kind of die cuts you want, because I almost always use die cuts with them. Otherwise, the paper is too big for the card, for the design of the card. So you almost always have to have a die cut of some sort with it. But I always find it interesting to see how they come together. How they come together when you put those things together. And ours will look very different than those created by the Find It trading people. They don't give us a lot of examples, but they do occasionally give us examples in the Find It trading magazines. We don't get a lot of those and offer to the public. Grab me one of those newspapers up there in the top shelf, would you please? I get a newspaper kind of craft magazine from Find It Trading, but I usually don't offer them for sale because they're all in Dutch. And that irritates people. But they have some neat designs in them. And I go through and look at all the pictures and look for inspiration and look for ideas. Look at how they're using the different collections that they've created. I've been doing it long enough now. I don't read German, I don't read Dutch, but I can pick out some of the basic words in there. But I get this magazine and I get them every month. And I like to look through them. And they usually come with some kind of a die or some kind of a little freebie in them. We all know those are never free. Those magazine freebies, they're never free. You're paying for them. They're in the cost of the magazine. But I do get some inspiration from the Find It trading folks through those magazines, but they don't have much on their website to look at. Let's see if we put this one at an angle. because it's really going to look a little steampunky. Kind of light industrial. I should have used my other glue bottle. This is going to be a glued mess. I hear Margie coming. I'm going to have glue everywhere. I'm trying to use that. Okay. I can see that happening already. Fortunately, it dries clear. And I didn't make that mistake on the mirror board one. Hello, Margie.
Hey.
Say hi to Margie, guys. Margie's just finishing up the mail for today. And so we've got our, glad I looked at that before I went any further. We've got our kind of steampunky background. I like the owl. That actually looks a little bit more masculine than some. I like that one in there. Somehow the wreath one looked better. Deer looks okay. Surprisingly, the flowers look good. Which do you guys like better in here? The flowers or the owl? Which one do you like better? I don't know why the flowers appeal to me in there, but they actually do. But I like the owl too.
The owl.
You like the owl?
Yeah.
Anybody else got a vote? Bryce is voting the owl. Anybody else got a vote?
Flowers.
Okay, anybody else voting? I do like both of them. I'll show you the flowers again, maybe. Really figure out what I did with them. They're there.
Flowers. Another flower.
Okay, flowers it is. I really do like those. I don't know what it is about them, but it just appeals to me. Maybe it's all the lines and the other stuff, and then the flowers soften it. I'm not sure. I still think this would be a great masculine card.
Not now.
Huh?
Not now. You put flowers on it.
Oh, you can put flowers on a masculine card. You absolutely can. That's pretty. We're getting some interesting things here tonight. Okay, let's see. We got 7 left. Oh, I know which one I want to do. I think that bird on the wire and these birds will be fun. There's the bird on the wire. I'm about to run out of toppers. Die cuts, I mean. Yeah, that's going to look good together. So, what I could do is use a piece of complementary paper behind. I still have a couple blues here now that I look at it. This one didn't get all its pop-outs out of it. That worked out well. Hello.
No.
Are you going to sit with me while Bryce goes to the post office?
I am going to sit with you.
How are you feeling?
I'm just still tired.
You got a kid germ, huh?
I think so.
That looks okay. But that looks even better.
It does look much better. I like it that way.
We're getting some very interesting cards today. The backgrounds they put in this set are really interesting. I don't dislike them. They're just very interesting and
Slightly busy.
somewhat busy. So, but I'm liking this a lot.
You know, a little bit busy. You can always like cut it back, which you did by adding in those extra pieces.
I have to show you here's our other cards we've made.
Sorry guys, I've been downstairs reading about shipping.
The mittens and the flowers.
So my brain is a little...
We'll use the mittens and the flowers next for you, Brenda. Who said that? Irene. Irene said she liked the mittens and the flowers. We'll try something with that next. I think that actually might look good with that cross stitch kind of pattern that they have in there.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
Very cute.
Did you see the email from the gentleman who said that Amazon said they delivered his package, or the tracking? Did we ship that one using Amazon?
I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because the person waited 2 days from delivery to today, and I felt like that was enough.
Yeah.
That's enough wait time. She said one time that there was someone who she was shipping to that was in the next state over, and it took almost a month to arrive. Isn't that crazy?
That's nuts. But we all know those stories.
Know that it's happening.
We all know those stories. My favorite piece of vellum. Oh, that's a good idea, Brenda. Do I have any vellum in? That's a very good idea. I don't have any vellum in here, though. Maybe I do. What is this? This is that. Yeah, this is that. Other stuff. That's a great idea, Brenda. We're going to try the vellum. Margie just found us some.
It's thin.
Thank you. That's almost like tissue.
Yeah, it is.
That's very strange vellum. I wonder where that came from. I don't ever remember this.
I think it came out of that red buttons pack. This is kind of in the middle of all that.
I can make it work. interesting thing is that because the vellum is so light, I can actually put it behind this square without having to trim it smaller, because if the vellum shows a little bit behind the paper, it's okay. I didn't cut that very straight. I was way off. Okay, let's see what this does. Oh, I know, but it's a great idea that needed to be explored, Brenda. It needed to be explored. Oh, I do like that. This is such light vellum, it barely masks it, but it does a little.
We've got to have some.
We do somewhere.
You could put 2 layers on.
I could. They said this vellum is just like tissue. But my glue line will be under my frame. That's fun. Fun. Okay. I'm going to put together the card kits for the Daydreams class tomorrow night. We don't need to use all the different kinds of stones I used on it in class. I was thinking we should get some of those smaller, all the same size rhinestones from Hunky Dory.
Like one of the rolls.
No, the sheets
small.
that
The
we were doing like 3 of a kind.
Yep.
Yeah, get some of those.
Do you just
And
want
I
the
think give
Aurora
everybody
Borealis?
a half of an AB.
I can.
Thank you.
The 104 or the 103?
I don't
One's
know.
slightly bigger than the other.
Probably the bigger of the 2.
Okay. Hey, I remember a SKU number. That is amazing.
That is amazing. There's not many SKU numbers I remember at all.
Brittany can run them off all the time, and I can't. But for some reason, that sticks with
Brittany
me.
needs a hobby.
Well, she types in all of these SKUs.
That's true. Over and over again sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. So, and the gym's been around for a while, so you get repeats of those. So I would think that she would know some of the SKUs. Not all the SKUs, but some of the SKUs.
That's pretty.
A good portion.
This is pretty, Brenda. I like these double frames in the different colors. I'm happy I made 2 kinds to play with. Look at that. Isn't that fun? I love that.
That's pretty.
Okay. Let's see. Irene wanted mittens. Let's do some mittens for Irene. What time is it? 5:20? Here. No, they don't really do a thing for me on there, though. That's too bad.
What about the snow?
Huh?
The snow?
The snow?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. That actually, surprisingly, doesn't look too bad. Let's check it out and see what it looks like on the others before we decide. Skates? I don't think so. I already did one of those. That blends in too much. Actually looks okay with the kind of rustic flowers and sticks. You know what I mean about the odd papers? Don't like that. But surprisingly, I do like that.
So I have an idea. Could you run some of your frame in that navy with the little hash marks on it?
And
it's
do
about
what now?
halfway back of taking the navy, and it's got little lines of cream going through it, and have that on your frame, and it might cut it back a little bit.
Don't know.
There.
Yeah, you want to give it a try? This
I don't
one?
know. No, the other one. Navy.
The chicken?
Yeah. Maybe.
And give it a shot.
It's a who knows.
Is there a here?
You're so funny.
Okay. Yeah. Looking to see what else I have here. Oops, that one I just tore. That wasn't good. I am almost out of frames. Almost out. Okay. I was wondering about that. I was also wondering what would happen if we put this piece of wood, this one, behind that frame. What would happen if we did this? I actually think that could end up being really pretty. I might have to try that. Let's try using this wood grain behind
I saw
there.
the wood grain. Yeah, that would be nice.
And then I think we might have to try putting in no, there it is.
It's trying to decide whether it wants to have holes in it or not.
piece of that stuff, put a little on there. Now, I want this to be the European A6. I almost think I'd like this to be an A6. Or maybe in the middle. That was going sideways. I was curious too what happens. No, still don't like it on there.
Maybe.
Oh, that's a good idea.
With that many sections in there, I was going to say talent, talent, talent.
Maybe not so much talent. It just was too short to get away with it. I have to start all over again after I tie this one and make a disaster of it. But we'll see. Nope. Well. Okay, I want a double. Come on. I can do this. I just want a double shoestring bow. 2.
Cut it too short.
Come on, I can do this. Come on. Come on. Come on. You get both of them through there. No. Come on. You can try if you want. Oops. Okay. The frame on the diagonal, although European A6 almost isn't quite wide enough for it, but it does look good. Actually, I like this. I don't. It's like the light industrial one. I don't know why it works, but it works. I think it's pretty. We're going with it. Yep. You're right, Irina. Oh, good look at that. Margie did it. I was fumbling around with it, but Margie did it. Okay. So, foam on here. Elizabeth well and back to work.
Mm-hmm.
That's there.
You can bend them and open them up more. I just tied it. That's very sweet.
That is cute. And that's cute. I don't know why it works, but it works. So cute. All right. Let's see. How are we doing? 5:30. Should we do one more, guys? Or are you about done? You guys want to go find your dinner or your beds? You want one more, or are we finished? We've done pretty good. We have 7 of them finished.
Maybe some of the lighter ones can handle that snowflake.
Mm-hmm. Nope. I still have a couple light ones here.
Would be striking with the navy.
That one would look better if I didn't have my tab in it. We are completely out of the outlines now, though. So we're going to have to get really clever at what we do. This could probably be cut. Let's see what else I have here.
Do you have 2 of those Miris?
Huh?
Do you have 2 of the silver Miri wreaths?
I only have a blue one and a silver one. And I think my other silver one, it didn't cut well.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say you could make kind of a shorter version of the DL card. Put your circles on each side, but I don't know if it would work that well without another silver.
That's actually sort of cute. Might have to cut one more mirror background. This one's not cut well either, I don't think. That's not what we did it. Okay. Yeah, I'm literally out of pieces. But I do have
Little snowflakes.
little remnants. These snowflakes cut out of the frame when you make it. That's actually kind of cute.
Do you have a couple of silver ones? 2?
This one, like I said, it didn't.
No, I meant silver snowflakes, like the little blue ones.
Oh, I used them all, I think. I think I used them all. Yeah, this one just didn't.
Do you want me to rerun it?
No, I'm just going to cut another set.
Okay.
One more set. Okay. When we get done here, I want to actually show you the dies too, what you get in the dies. Don't do that with your cheap Chinese dies, because they'll fold right in half when you do that. These, not so much. Okay.
That one moves easily too. The little one that you just put back in.
Yeah. Okay,
Good night, Sharma.
let's see. Where did my silver plate? There it is. Don't want that on there. My mat's really getting in bad shape. All right, here we go. You just flop back in there. Where did it go? There it is.
Are you cutting it inside out?
Huh?
Are you cutting it inside out?
Am I cutting what inside out?
I thought you were cutting it silver. You've got white.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I did not want that. That would have been a disaster. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, it might not be a disaster. It would be pretty white. Just might not give you some Miri.
The Miri wouldn't be usable.
Nope.
Okay. Let's see what we get. Oh, that cut nicely.
Good.
Well, now I'm going to have a couple extra frames. Okay. Let's see what we get here. I told you I'd show you guys these dies. Let me show them to you as I take them off here. It's actually a really cool die set. You've seen from the stuff we made that it's a cool die set, but you'll appreciate it, I think. All right. So this is our outer frame, which makes...
Look, it just looks pretty like that. Turn it around and before you even take off the big part.
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, it is pretty.
It would fit perfect on it.
So that's this one. Weed it back out, clean it up, but... And then we have this one, which we've used a couple times. And this one needs this die around it, or in the inside of it, because if you don't have it there, it doesn't have a cutting edge on that one. It's an aperture die. So you get those two.
Or it will also give you a cool edging, and
Yeah.
you would have a background to put
True.
your things on too. It's kind of really a die set that you can use in a lot of different ways.
Yes, it is. This is the one that I called a throwaway a while ago, but look how pretty that is. So we have that one. And even if you don't weed these out, kind of paralleling what Margie said there a minute ago, even if you don't weed these out, and I believe that die was in backwards, ignore the inside. See that frame? Isn't it beautiful? So even if you didn't weed it, it's just gorgeous. And then we've got this die was upside down.
Mhm.
And then we've got this little piece. Here's our snowflake we've talked about. And here's our other little wreath. I can't see how well it die cut. Should have die cut well, but you never know.
Snowflakes
Yeah,
are
it did
so
okay.
intricate and have just these little tiny points a lot of times on them. It makes it hard to pull out. At least that's been my experience.
And sometimes when you cut Mary, the front cuts really well, and the backing
Mhm.
paper doesn't cut all the way through. So
Mhm.
sometimes you can kind of peel it from the back. Get that backing material off of there. There's some more silver snowflakes for us. Let me see if I can weed this out with my mat and my weeding tool. Get any more pieces out. Oh yeah, that's coming out good. Okay, a couple little pokies. These dies will cut more cleanly if you don't have all the dies going through at the same time like I did, because you get more pressure if the dies aren't next to each other. You know what I mean? If you've ever noticed that, when you try to cut a big set together, they're a little bit more finicky about cutting all the way through because the pressure is distributed across a larger area instead of right on your die. Okay. By George, I think we've done it. All right, let's see what we get now. Let's come back to this. And let's lay this out again. I did like that with the edges coming out from under the owl.
Mhm.
Where did that one I just cut go? There it is. Yeah, I like that. I think that looks really nice. And then we'll put on a few snowflakes. We have little ones and big ones. All kinds of snowflakes. Should be more of those silver ones here. I don't see them though. Probably wearing them. But we can use these two bigger ones. Okay. Let's make this card. Look how that looks. Come on. Alrighty. It's pretty.
Mhm.
All right. Put our topper down. Thank you, Sharma. You heading out?
I said goodnight about 10 minutes ago. But you were in the middle of cleaning your frame. So
Oh, sorry.
that's okay.
Alrighty. I can't believe I have 4 left and the deer's one of them. How is that even possible?
I was going to say something.
That never happens that I have the deer left.
And I was going to ask, but then I thought, then you'll want to use it.
I love deer. Okay. Cut out around our card. I like these cards. I think they're pretty. We'll finish this one and we'll take a look at what we've created. Then I will let you go for tonight. You guys know what's coming up on Saturday, right? What's coming up on Saturday? Anybody still out there? Anybody still awake? What's coming up on Saturday? I do like that. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Let's see. This is going to be a little tricky, though. It's like, how do I position it right over that? I guess I have to.
Could you foam me the owl? Put your snowflakes on, and then foam me the
Oh,
owl
and then
on
slide
top.
them underneath. Yeah,
Yeah.
I could do that. That would be good. Because I was just looking at how am I going to get that on there. Which flowers, Brenda, are coming up on Saturday? That was a pretty good all-around guess. Something we've been waiting for. I wanted to wait until everybody had the chance to get their kits in. What are we doing? Pansies! We're doing pansy class on Saturday. I think this Saturday we're going to make the flowers, and next Saturday we're going to make the backgrounds and put them together. That's what we're going to do with our pansies. So we will be doing pansy class, and I'm so excited. So excited. Now, if I didn't get all carried away, well, it'll still work. If I didn't get all carried away with the foam squares, we'll get these under there.
You can always peel it back just a tiny bit. Brenda said she couldn't think of the name.
A senior moment. Oh, I have so many of those. So many senior moments these days. It's terrifying. Okay. Oh, that's really weeded nicely on the outside. That's pretty. That's just pretty. It's almost like an infinity sign. It's pretty. Now let's get some little snowflakes on here.
I'm glad you decided to cut out the second silver.
Yeah, it's much better with the two than the two colors. Let me just sprinkle a few little snowflakes here and there. Eight cards on a Thursday. That's a lot. I'll put one of these on. Except I need to take out the little holes. I'll just push those right back into those holes. I'm hungry. And a little Jack in the Box fajita pita for lunch, but it's wearing thin.
Well, I'm glad that you already ate before class. Because usually at the end of class, if you haven't eaten, you go downhill. My husband does the same thing.
Isn't that fun and different? It's cute.
I like it.
I do have 4 corners left. Maybe I'll put corners on it. Just for fun. It kind of draws it out to the 4 corners of the card. I do like that.
It fills the space. And you said that there were a few of the cards that went together quickly out of your 8 that you made. And Irene said that this card is different but beautiful.
We're definitely trying some different kinds of designs here today, aren't we? It's fun though.
Yeah, but different is nice. Then you know nobody else is making them just like you.
No. I think we can guarantee that. I figured I would need 3 or 4 pieces to finish this, but this little card I only needed 2. There we go. That's got a nice finished look to it. Now, let's take a look at what we made. Let me slide some of this off to the side. I have a die hanging on my watch. Okay. So can you back up just, well, it's maybe just a tiny bit. There we go. Okay, here's the one we just finished. Here's our happy birthday wishes, which was our first one today. Here's our dual frame with the robin and the vellum. I do like that a lot.
Very good recommendation.
Here's our little European A6 card.
It has a Scandinavian look to it, just with different colors.
It does.
Even the dye kind of makes it feel more Scandinavian.
Here's our ice skates. Here's our fox with the dual frames, the roses. Love that. Triple frames, actually. 1, 2, 3. Here's the one I've been kind of calling our light industrial one. I love it. I just love it. Simple. Super simple. And here's a robin with the corners inside our frame. So we have 2 frames, and then we have the corners inside the frame. These were great fun, guys. Yeah, 8 cards. 8 cards in less, well, right at 2 hours. Yeah. Okay. Are there any questions, comments, or pearls of wisdom before we head out today? If you haven't already hit thumbs up, please hit thumbs up. It makes me feel good, and it lets YouTube know that they can trust that videos on our channel are enjoyable to our people. And you know that you can leave a comment. If you just sit on the screen for a minute after we sign off, you can hit your refresh button and the comment box will come up. And if you're not already a subscriber to our channel, hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss any of the fun we're up to. We're doing fun stuff every day. So don't miss any of the goodness. I don't see any questions.
I have a comment.
Okay.
If anybody is still needing to order their pansy kit,
Yes.
I can send them out tomorrow if you order them this evening.
Okay. Did you guys hear that? So you might not have them when we're working on, not advertising for Wendy's. Jack in the Box, I guess. You might not have them right when we're working on it, but you'll have them shortly after. Lots of fun. So don't forget, don't miss us for Pansy class. Pansy class is going to be too much fun, guys. So I will be back with you on Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 1 p.m. or 2 p.m., I guess 2 p.m. Eastern, and whatever time for your time zone. And for now, I'm just going to say good night, Gracie.